Okay, welcome back to our workshop on allowing the flow of money into your life. I'm so glad that you've joined us today. For all you people looking out from the audience who are not with us today, it would be really nice if you could join us, because the more people working together on the different issues, the more we will all get out of it at the end of the day. Sort of like prayer, where the more people are praying, the more powerful the prayer is. And it doesn't just go in terms of, 2 times more, 3 times more if you have 3 people as opposed to 2 people. It exponentially grows. So if you can make it, if you want to work on your money issues, if you want to improve your financial situation, come and join us. And before we start today, I just thought I would give you a little bit of a tip, and that is from a grapho analysis book that I have called Handwriting Analysis. You can see it over here by M.N. Bunker. He was one of the pioneers in grapho analysis. And basically, I've been studying this for a while. And what they claim is that the way that you write, it is a picture of your neurology. Now, I can tell you from my own experience that as I work on myself, saw changes in my handwriting. And then I looked it up what the changes meant, and they corresponded to the things that I was actually working on. For instance, being more deliberate or trying to be more generous or things like that. And I could actually see changes in my handwriting. So I am tending to believe that what they claim over here is true. The other thing I can say is that I've looked at various other people's handwritings, friends, people that I've met offhand and asked them for a sample of their handwriting. And from the things that I learned, I've almost always been right on target in terms of the personality of the person. So the story that this guy, M.N. Bunker, tells is about a friend who had earned a lot of money somehow after the war, but he didn't know how to manage his money. And he started loaning it out to everybody because he was extremely generous, and the people didn't pay him back until he found himself broke. And he didn't quite know what to do. He came to speak to M.N. Bunker, and M.N. Bunker gave him a tip. He said 2 basic things. Now, I don't know if all of you know how to write in cursive in English, but I'll give you an example. We have a T bar. Okay. I'll make 3 different versions of it. You can have this, you can have this, and you can have this. Okay. If you look over here, can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. You have the first one, the T bar is low down. The second one, the T bar is in the middle. The third one, the T-bar is on the top, okay?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Now, the first one basically means that the person sets himself very low goals. He generally manages to achieve those goals, but the goals that he sets to begin with are relatively low. The person in the middle sets himself realistic goals that are slightly more challenging, and he usually manages to get them. The person who puts it on the top of the bar, still touching it, it means he has very high goals. Now, the person on the top, let me show you 2 more things here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, you can have a short bar like this, and deep bar, you see very, very strongly, but it's very short, which means that he does have the strength to do it, but the endurance is short-lived. Okay, the length of the bar shows how long the endurance is. The second bar over here, his endurance is slightly longer. Third bar goes all the way out over there, which shows lots of enthusiasm, lots of endurance, which probably someone who makes this tea like this will probably achieve his goals, even though they're very high. The third type you can do is like this. And this last person over here, usually his goals are up in the sky, okay? They're airy castles. He won't necessarily manage to reach them unless he makes a very, very long bar, okay? So what I would tell you to do is to look at your handwriting, see how you make your T's, and make sure that the bars would be somewhere between the middle to the top. Okay, I wouldn't tell you to put it too high, because too high, once again, it's airy castles, and you need to have a lot of endurance, a lot of enthusiasm to get there. And if you make it too low, it means you're setting your goals too low, which really means you don't believe you can do more than that. Okay, hold on one moment.
Very interesting.
Just to add, and there's one more thing I want to tell you about that. Okay, second thing is, if you look at famous people at their signatures, have you ever seen them? Like the ones that sign your certifications when you get a certification? Do you ever notice what they usually look like?
I don't remember, but
Okay. Usually they're going to be big and ostentatious. Let me find in the book to show you. Hold on. Hold on just a moment of here. Here. Take a look at this signature right over here. Okay, it's going to be something like this. So here's a few more examples of here. Just a second. And I will show you. Okay, look at this one over here. You see it?
Yeah.
Signature. And let's take a few more over here. Where else do they have some more signatures? Hold on. Here, take a look at this one over here. Okay. The rich and the famous people tend to have signatures.
It looks a little bit blurry. Can you make it a little bit closer to the screen? It looks a little bit blurry.
Just a moment. The pictures over here that they put on were not always the greatest pictures either.
Which book is that?
This is Handwriting Analysis, the Science of Determining Personality by Graphical Analysis.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on. Let me find it over here again. Where did it? Right. I will give you what the basic precepts are of their handwriting here. This is another good one. Do you see this?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Most of the famous people will have, number one, the first letter of the names are going to be big. The first name of the first letter of the first name and their last name are going to be much bigger than the rest of the letters. So if I were going to write my name, it would be something like this. Okay, that's my first name. A very, very big E. And then you also have this little thing hanging down from the A at the end. Okay, you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, now aside from that, self-reliance is making a underline underneath it. And the way that I actually learned is not just one underline, but to make it 3 underlines. See?
Okay.
Okay, so the way that I sign my name, I sign it generally in Hebrew because I'm here in Israel. I sign it like this. Like that.
Oh.
Now, since I've been doing that, and it's difficult for me to say whether it's only from that or it's also from all of the work I've been doing, but I've basically doubled my salary, my earnings since last year. Now, I grant you that I have been doing a lot of other work, but I think that it has, it's a compilation of everything together, which is why we're working on everything over here. I'm just giving you this as an extra tool that you can use to improve your self-worth, your self-esteem. And there's one other thing you should also be aware of. Some people make their T's like this. See that little loop over there?
What?
See the loop that's inside this T?
The loop. Oh, right. Okay.
Okay. That loop is a sensitivity to criticism. If you are sensitive to criticism, if you get rejected, you're going to tend to fall back a lot more than if you're self-assured and you say, all right, so I'll learn from my mistakes and I'll pick up and move on. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
Now, these are things that you can change. And I would be I would say that changing them on the level of first changing your handwriting, and that will change you from the inside out, works as well. Especially according to Bart Baggett, who is the head of the handwriting university in, I guess, in the States. I don't know if he does it through the States and in India. In his book, The Success Secrets of Rich and Happy People, The Rich and the Happy, he says that when he was 14, he learned graphoanalysis. And the person who spoke to him said to him, change this, this, and this in your handwriting. You'll see the changes in your life. And he did. And he did see the changes. Okay? So sometimes it's easier to work the opposite direction, meaning from the handwriting to change to get to the changes in your personality, as opposed to changing the personality to get to the changes in the handwriting.
Okay.
Okay.
So, and what about other languages? Whether it comes to Hebrew, Arabic, or Slavic letters, which are completely much different.
Okay, so I would say that the thing with the T-bar probably does not necessarily hold for those languages, but the idea of signing your name with the big first letter, smaller subsequent letters, and the hanging down at the bottom, and the line underneath, or the 3 lines underneath, going back and forth, still hold in any language.
Right.
Right?
Okay, may I add something to that?
Sure.
I've learned from a friend who learned this science, and he told me that once you put the last letter, you give it a curve up, just the opposite of what you're saying, means that you want to get up with your spirituality. And once you get the curve down of the last letter, it will take you, it doesn't necessarily take you up, like it holds you back. And
we're only talking about the signature. You're correct when you're talking about the rest of the letters. When you finish the letter, if you go, let's say, look at the Y, okay? And you go like
he
that.
was talking about the signature. He was talking about the signature.
Okay, so I don't know. So this is different from what I learned over here, because I know that, let's say, when you look at the Y, or you look at a G, okay, and your line goes down, it means you never, this would be the line of your success over here, and it means you never actually reach it. If you make the letter like this, then you reach your success. You complete, you finish whatever it is you want to do, and you reach your success. Okay?
Right.
And the same thing when you go like this. Let's say you do an M, right? If you go like that, it means you're going back up. But specifically, I learned that for the, I mean, I'll relook it again for next week to make sure I'm telling you the correct information. But many of the, how do you say, the rich and the famous make their handwriting where the first letter is very, very big, like this, as compared to the other letters, which would be like this. Where, I'm just writing the letters, any letters. I didn't pick any specific name. But then at the end, the last letter is like that. I will look it up again for you for next week, just to make sure that I'm telling you the right information. But I'm pretty sure that's the way that I learned it.
And he also said that I'm speaking specifically on a signature, that you want to go up and not to go.
Okay, so that you're right about. That's something that I also should mention, that when you make your signature,
up and continuously with the same direction and not going back. Because if you're going back with the line or of the last letter, it means you don't go forward.
No, like this. It should be facing upwards.
Upwards.
Oh, yes, okay. But the whole thing should be facing upwards, not just the letters endings. The whole thing should be with an upward slant. In general, people who write with an upward slant are more optimistic than people who write with a straight, and people who write with a downward slant, like this, are generally pessimistic.
Okay.
All right. So when you write your signature, you should do it facing upward, like this. Okay, is that right? Like that. Yeah. Okay, the way that I wrote it over here, basically. And once again, the E and the M in my name specifically are bigger than the rest of the letters, much bigger, by substantially bigger than the rest of the letters. We're not talking about just like a little bit bigger, because the first letter of each name is always bigger, but substantially bigger than it would usually be. Have it face up and make at least one line underneath, although I was taught that you also make like this, 3 lines.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And practice on your signature, because your signature sort of shows what you want other people to see of you.
Amazing. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Okay, so that is just a little tip. Each time I'll try to bring either a little tip or a specific belief system that rich people have, as opposed to many poor people, and we'll just discuss it, see if we all buy into the statement or whether we have problems with it. If we have problems into it, we'll get rid of the belief that's standing in the way of believing it, because my personal opinion, if the rich and successful have that belief, it got them someplace. And if I want to go to where they're getting to, it pays for me to take on their beliefs, as long as they don't collide with any beliefs I have about being moral. Okay, if I was told you have to rob a bank to become rich, then that would collide with a moral belief that I have that I'm not allowed to rob a bank. But if their belief states that, rich people look at solutions as opposed to problems, then that's a belief that I can take on because it serves me. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So in future sessions, either we'll bring some sort of tip like this, or we'll bring the belief system that many people have studied this, seeing what beliefs rich people have, because the best way to copy somebody and to be like them is to take on their belief systems.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody have anything specific they want to work on today about blocks in earning money, bringing in money?
When I seem to get money, I just happen to spend it.
Mm-hmm.
I happen to spend money. It comes and it goes. It comes, it goes. I don't have this thing about, I need to save it, and I've had quite a bit of money in the past, and it's all just gone.
Let me just write this down. You'll be able to see. Okay. Every money that I get, I spend. All right, let me ask you this. When you were growing up, how much money did you have?
Just like any other average person at that age, really. Nothing more than normal. But even when I've worked, I've never had any concept of money at all. Student loans, I could have saved thousands. I spent all of it.
Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to close your eyes, and you do this to Aurea, because you'll get something out of it also, even if it doesn't necessarily pertain to you, and see your control board when it comes to being able to save money, having a concept of money. And this is specifically for you, Hassan, so you answer my questions. Look at your self-worth dial when it pertains to that. Notice it goes from 0 to 10, where 10 is way up in the sky, king of the world, meaning I have full control of my money. 0 is down in the dumps. Where does your dial lay?
3.
3. Okay, so reach out and touch it. And as you touch it, point to where you feel it inside of you with your other hand.
Yep.
Okay, notice how it feels.
Mm-hmm.
Turn the dial up. Notice the shifts and changes that occur inside as you turn the dial up.
Yep.
Okay, where do you get it to?
A 10.
A 10. How does it feel inside now?
Like a tingling sensation.
Okay, good tingling?
Yeah.
Good. Now try turning it down, see what happens instead.
Got it to a 6.
Okay, how does it feel inside when you go to a 6?
Flat.
What was that?
Flat.
Point to where you feel it.
Yeah.
Okay. What color do you want it to be?
White.
Breathe in the white. Just breathe it all in. Till it totally takes over the black and there's no black left.
Yeah.
Okay, look at your self-worth dial, pertaining to money and spending it. Where does it lie now?
5.
5. Okay, where do you feel the 5 inside?
Yeah.
Where do you feel it?
In my stomach.
Notice there's a color attached. What's the color?
Green.
Pull it out. Pull it all out. Every last drop. Don't let any of it stay behind. Get it all. And that stuff likes to hide. Make sure you look everywhere. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, do you get it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, with your mind's eye, take a look now what color it is.
Black.
Okay, notice it has a spin to it. Which way is it spinning?
To the right.
Take it by the two sides, make it be the opposite of what it was in every possible way. Spinning it faster and faster and doubling the speed, doubling the amplitude, doubling the magnitude, doubling the frequency. Keep doubling it over and over again so you know it can never go back to the way it was before. Only get better and better ways now till you know you got it. Until it takes on life force of its own. When you know you got it for all the right reasons, slam it right back in. Shocking your system as you do. Any sensations, any feelings you might be feeling are your body's way of letting go of the old, allowing the new. Don't try to stop it. Don't try to change it. Just let your body process through. And when you got it for all the right reasons, try to bring it back. See what happens instead. What's going on?
I saw this calm.
Okay, go back.
Calmness.
Go back to your self-worth dial.
Yeah.
Where's it at now?
6.
Okay. Reach out and touch it. Notice where you feel it inside as you touch it. Turn it back up. Notice the shifts and changes that occur inside as you do.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel inside?
Peaceful.
Okay. Turn it back down. See what happens instead.
It's a 7.
Where do you feel it inside?
Yeah. My stomach.
Notice the color.
Blue.
Turn it back up. Notice the shifts and changes that happen inside as you turn it back up.
Yeah.
Is it a 10?
Yeah.
What's the change?
What's the change?
Mm-hmm.
I
How's
feel
it
the
feel
sense of,
inside?
I just feel this kind of sense of peace.
Okay, try to turn it back down. See what happens instead.
No, I can't seem to.
Okay. Think about now. Every money that I get, I need to spend. I have spent. How does it feel like now? Does that feel like a truth?
Hello?
Yeah. Does that feel like a truth to you now?
Oh, sorry. The line just went really. I couldn't hear anything.
Okay. Go back. Think about all those times that all the money you had lots of money, and you just went and you spent it all.
Sorry, I didn't catch any of that. Sorry. Say that again.
Go back to all those times you had lots of money and you just spent it all. How do they feel now?
To go back to the times when I had all the money and when I spent it all.
Yep. How do they feel now when you go there?
Yeah.
How does it feel?
Frustrating, angry.
Okay. Feel the
But
frustrating and
ready.
angry and start tapping. So frustrated.
So frustrated.
So angry.
So angry.
I had all that money
I had all that money.
and I spent it all.
I spent it all.
Could have been so rich now.
Could have been so rich now.
So stupid.
So stupid.
All the conflicts around it.
All the conflicts around it.
All the memories that support it.
All the memories that support it.
All the attachments that support it.
All the attachment.
All the programs that support it.
All the programs that support it.
The lack of love that supports it.
The lack of love that supports it.
The lack of recognition that supports it.
The lack of recognition that supports it.
Let it all go.
Let it all go.
It's all in the past.
It's all in the past.
It came to teach me something.
It's teaching me something.
And once I get the lesson,
Once I get the lesson,
I can let it go.
I can let it go.
Once I get the gift,
Once I get the gift,
I can let it go.
I can let it go.
I choose to get the gift.
I choose to get the gift.
I choose to replace them with better memories,
I choose to replace them with better memories,
better programs,
better programs,
better attachments,
better attachment,
ones that support
ones that support
all the lessons that I learned,
all the lessons that I learned,
ones that support saving the money that I get,
ones that support the saving the money that I get,
spending it wisely
spending it wisely
on the things that I really want and need,
on things that I really want and need,
and also saving some
and also saving some
for my financial freedom.
for my financial freedom.
Let everything else go.
Letting everything else go.
I'm safe.
I'm safe.
Grab your wrist, breathe in, blow out. Peace. Okay, go back. Think about all those times that you got money and just went and wasted it away. How does it feel now?
Quite sad.
Feel the sadness? Notice where you feel it inside of you. Point to it.
Yeah.
Notice there's a color attached. What's the color?
Black.
Pull it out. Pull it all out. Every last drop. Don't let any of it stay behind.
Yeah.
Okay. With your mind's eye, notice the color of it now.
Red.
Notice it has a spin to it. Which way is it spinning?
To the right.
Take it by the two sides, make it be the opposite of what it was in every possible way, spinning it faster and faster, doubling the speed, doubling the amplitude, doubling the magnitude, doubling the frequency, keep doubling it over and over again. So you know it can never go back to before, it's going to get bigger and better ways now till it takes on a life force of its own. When you got it for all the right reasons, slam it right back in, shocking your system as you do. Any sensations, any feelings you might be feeling are your body's way of letting go of the old, allowing the new. Don't try to stop it. Don't try to change it. Just your body process through. Some of my clients shiver, some of them shake, some of them cry, some of them laugh, some of them giggle. Any of those physiological reactions or any other one you might be feeling are the normal way that your body feels when it restarts its neurological start point. Don't try to stop it. Don't try to change it. Just let your body process through. And when you got it for all the right reasons, try to bring it back. See what happens instead.
Yeah.
Okay, go back. Wasted all that money. Spent it. Could have saved it. Could have been rich now. What's the feeling?
Regret.
Feel the regret? Start tapping. All those regrets.
All those regrets.
Could have had all that money.
Could have had all that money.
I earned it all.
I earned it all.
Let it go.
Let it go.
The fact that I earned it
The fact that I earned it.
means I know how to earn it.
Pardon?
Means I know how to earn money.
Means I know how to earn money.
If I did it in the past,
If I could do it in the past,
I can do it now too.
I can do it now too.
But this time I have the gift.
This time now I have the gift.
I learned from my mistakes.
I learned from my mistakes.
Because there are no mistakes. There are only learning experiences.
There are no mistakes. There are only learning experiences.
And as long as I learn what I need to learn,
As long as I'm ready to learn.
as long as I learn what I need to learn from it,
As long as I know what I need to learn,
I can let go of the experience.
I can let go of a new experience.
And when I earn money the next time,
When I earn money the next time,
I'll keep the learnings
I'll keep the learnings
and I'll save some.
and I'll save some.
And I'll put it into a financial freedom fund.
And
I'll put it into a financial freedom fund.
I will put it into a financial freedom fund.
So eventually I will be financially free.
So eventually I'll be financially free.
And I'll only have to work when I want to work.
I'll only have to work when I want to work.
Let everything else go.
Let everything else go.
I'm safe.
I am safe.
Grab your wrist. Breathe in. Blow out. Go to your safe place, wherever that might be, and say peace.
Peace.
Okay, go back now. Think about all those times that you had all that money, you earned it, you knew how to, but you couldn't save it. What do you feel now?
There's a regret, but it's in the past.
Okay. Now, I want you to think of a value that you would never give up no matter what. Come what may, that value is going to stick with you. Can you think of one like that?
Loyalty.
Loyalty. Okay. So I want you to follow my finger and I want you to see where you feel that loyalty the strongest. Okay.
Yeah. There.
Here.
No. Back up again. Up.
Here.
Bit more to the left. Yeah.
Here. Okay. And I want you to think about spending money. Okay. No, wait a second. Not spending money, saving money. Okay. Tell me where you feel the saving money. Okay.
Yeah.
Here.
No, there.
Where? Here?
Just there. Yeah.
Okay, so it's right at the same point. Loyalty and saving money are now at the same point. Right?
Yeah.
Now think about where you feel loyalty inside of you and point.
Yeah. My stomach.
Okay, notice there's a color attached to it. What's the color?
Green.
Okay, and now notice where you feel saving money. Point to where you feel it.
Yeah.
Where do you feel it?
My stomach.
What's the color?
Black.
Okay, why don't you turn it green?
Turn it green.
Just like the loyalty. You'll feel it the same way that you feel the loyalty. You'll feel as strongly about saving money as you will about loyalty.
Okay.
Okay.
You want me to turn it green?
Yep. See how it feels when you turn it green. Okay, and all you in the audience and Oria, do the same thing. Pick a value that no matter what happens, you would never give it up. Take the value of saving money and make them be the same in terms of the good value, the value that you would never give up. You can always turn it back afterwards if you want. It's in your hands. Okay, let me know when you're done, Hassan.
Yeah.
Okay, how does it feel now, saving money?
Feels okay.
Does it feel like a strong need?
I can see a money jar in the room.
Okay, there you go. All right, you
Yeah.
have to keep reminding yourself. And it's okay if sometimes you slip and then you remind yourself. The more times you end up reminding yourself, the more connections you're going to make inside your neurons in your brain, and the more you're going to end up saving. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it goes. Neurons that fire, wire. Okay? So every time you feel yourself spending money and then you say, whoops, financial freedom fund, want to put money there first, you're firing up a neuron and it wires together. And then the next time you go to spend money the same way, the neuron that just wired is going to say, no, wait, put into financial freedom fund first, then spend what's ever left over there. Okay, so always put the financial freedom fund first. That doesn't mean you can't spend money, because you do need to spend money. That's what money is there for. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you are building for your financial freedom. My goal in financial freedom, and this is from T. Harv Eker, is to be in a state where I have enough passive income coming in that I don't have to work if I don't want to. Okay, so if let's say I have a child getting married and I'm busy, dealing with the wedding and I don't have time to work that month, so it doesn't matter to me because I have enough money coming in from financial freedom that I'm living on that. Any money that I get from working is extra money, which I can then once again divide up and put into financial freedom again. So I build up my financial freedom fund. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so you want to keep firing it and having it wire. Every time you remind yourself, wait, before I spend, I'm taking off a part of it and putting it into financial freedom, you're wiring it in. Okay, and the more times you wire it in, the stronger it will be inside of you, that eventually you won't have to remind yourself anymore. It will just automatically wire and say, put into the financial freedom fund and then go out to buy whatever I need.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to wrap it up over here today and think of all the other problems you have. And Hassan, pay special attention to any changes you might notice in terms of your spending habits, how many times you actually manage to remind yourself, and we'll discuss it again next week. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you both for joining. Thanks for everyone else out there who is going to watch it later. I appreciate it, and I hope you join us. The more people that work, as I said, the stronger our work gets.
Great.
Brilliant.
Thank you very much, Elena.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Have a good day.
You too.